So you're at that classic fork in the road, trying to decide between majoring in sociology or economics. I get it. It's a huge decision. Both are fascinating, but they lead down very different paths. Let's break it down so you can feel really confident about the choice you make. All right, let's just cut right to the chase. What really gets you excited? Is it the messy, complicated, beautiful web of human society, or is it the clean, logical systems that drive our economies? Are you a people person or a prices person? Answering that one question is going to get us halfway there. But hey, you don't have to figure this out alone. We're going to navigate this whole thing together, and we'll be using some fantastic insights from the Sociology Coach as our map. Think of me as your guide for this big decision. Okay, first up, let's walk down the sociology path. If you boil sociology down to one single thing, it's all about asking one powerful little word, why? Why do we act the way we do in groups? Why is our society structured this way? It's all about digging into the reasons behind, well, everything. So, the official definition, straight from our source, is that sociology is the scientific study of human society, social relationships, and group behavior. And that word scientific is key. It's not just guessing. It's about putting the social world under a microscope to really understand it. And what does that actually look like? Well, you're on the hunt for social patterns. You'll use all kinds of research tools from in-depth interviews, which is qualitative stuff, to massive surveys, which is more quantitative. And, there's often a really strong focus on social justice and on how huge institutions, like our government or school systems, affect our everyday lives. All right, let's switch gears completely and check out the other path, economics. Now, if sociology is all about the why, economics is totally obsessed with the how. How do we make choices? How do societies decide who gets what? It's a world of models, systems, and, frankly, tough decisions. And the textbook definition tells the whole story. Economics is the study of how we allocate scarce resources to satisfy our unlimited wants and needs. That right there, that constant push and pull between not enough stuff and we want all the stuff, is the engine that drives the entire field. Now, the tools an economist uses are pretty different. You've got to be comfortable with numbers because there is a heavy emphasis on mathematical models to predict human decision-making. You'll be doing a deep dive into markets, pricing, all that financial stuff, always with the goal of figuring out how to make things more efficient. This right here, just nails the difference perfectly. Take a topic like education. The sociologist looks at it and asks, why does social inequality lead to different results for students? But the economist, they ask, how can we use the money and resources we have in the most efficient way possible? They're both looking at the same topic, but with completely different questions. It's such a brilliant way to see the divide. Okay, theory is great, but let's talk about the real world. You get the degree, then what? Where can these paths actually take you? Let's get into some real-world jobs and look at what the day-to-day work actually feels like. For instance, with a sociology degree, you could be a market research analyst. Your job isn't just to look at sales figures, it's to understand the human story behind those numbers. Why are people buying this thing and not that thing? This is where your sociology training is like a superpower. You can spot the cultural trends and social pressures that other analysts might totally miss. Now, contrast that with a financial analyst, a super common path for econ majors. Here, your world is all about the models and the data. You're spending your day evaluating investments, predicting what the market's going to do next, and helping companies make really smart, data-driven financial decisions. Here's a sociology career that might surprise you: emergency management director. Think about it. When a disaster hits, you have to know how different communities work. Who are the most vulnerable people? How do you get information to them? Understanding those social dynamics is literally a matter of life and death. And on the economic side, all those tough stats classes pay off big time with a career as a data analyst. You're the person who can take a massive, messy data set and make sense of it. Your job is to find the patterns that inform huge business decisions, like figuring out exactly how a tiny price change could create massive ripples in the market. A sociologist could also find a really rewarding career as a school or career counselor. The work here is so personal. You're using your understanding of how things like social class or family background can create challenges or opportunities for a student, allowing you to give guidance that's actually helpful and realistic for them. And finally, a classic path for an economist is management consultant. Big companies will literally pay you to come in, Look at their problems with your economics-trained brain and tell them how to be more efficient and competitive. It's like being a high-level business strategist driven by economic principles. So, we've looked at the theories, we've seen the careers. Now it's time for the million-dollar question. Which path is yours? Let's pull all this together into a super simple framework that hopefully makes the answer a little clearer. Okay, this is it. The big takeaway. All thanks to the Sociology Coach. Just look at these two columns. Be really honest with yourself. Does your heart beat faster when you think about social justice and working hands-on with people? Then maybe you're leaning towards sociology. Or do you genuinely geek out over numbers, data, and the idea of influencing big policy decisions? Then economics might be calling your name. Use this as your personal checklist. And hey, as you're thinking about this, I want you to remember this really important piece of advice from the Sociology Coach. Your undergraduate major doesn't lock you into a single career path forever. No matter which one you choose, you're learning how to think critically, and that skill will help you literally anywhere you go. So just take a deep breath. It's going to be okay. Look, this is just the beginning of the conversation. I'm sure your head is spinning with thoughts. So what questions are still bouncing around in there? What do you still want to know about majoring in sociology or economics? Let's keep this going. Drop your questions in the comments below.